Just because you're self-employed or you own a limited company in the mortgage space does not really mean that you're a business owner, especially when it comes to mortgage advice. More often than not, what I see in the space is that we have people who are acting as glorified employees within their own company or as glorified freelancers within their own company as well. But the beauty about business and owning a business is the principles of business are actually evergreen, especially whenever it comes to a service-based business. So if you're watching this and you are tired of being someone who feels like they're the biggest constraint in their business and that they do want to grow, but no matter what it is that happens, they just cannot break past a certain revenue or a certain stage that they want to get to. No matter how hard they try, no matter how hard they work, it feels like they're just running themselves into the ground and banging their head against the window. I want to talk today about a very, very basic concept and some very basic principles that you can start to implement and start to think on the same wavelength of, that will more than likely help you whenever it comes to actually getting to the stage that it is that you want to get to within your business. So let's have a quick discussion about it, see if you can actually take any value from this and implement it into your own business to take yourself out of the way and get out of your own way to allow you to grow to hit the heights that you haven't hit yet. Now, when I say that business principles are evergreen, this really does stand true, especially whenever it comes to a service-based business. Whenever we look at a service-based business at its core, what actually is happening? So there is an exchange. All right, there's an exchange from the customer or the client in this instance to the business owner or the advisor in this instance, and they're handing over money in exchange for the service. And the service in this instance is obviously helping them out with finding a suitable mortgage. But whenever it actually comes to it, and whenever we look at business as a whole and any general service-based business, what we're looking at is a person, so an ICP, if you want to call it, an ideal client profile, who has a specific set of problems. They're worried about X, Y, and Z. And we have the business owner or the service provider who has a solution or the level of expertise that is needed to solve problems X, Y, and Z. And this person is obviously going to be willing to part with their money in exchange for the solution to problems X, Y, and Z. So at its core, really all it is somebody with a painful problem and somebody with a solution to that painful problem as well. More often than not, this person over here, the client, prefers the solution to the money. They perceive it as being more valuable. So they're willing to exchange more value to alleviate that pain in exchange for the solution. Because at the end of the day, everything's pain avoidance, right? Everybody's doing things to get out of pain. So if you're able to provide the solution to a big and painful problem, you're able to get a big and hefty paycheck off the back of that. So at its core, you're essentially acting as a bridge from the client's current position, which is considered as painful or somewhere that they don't want to be, to their desired position. And acting as that bridge, the bigger that the bridge is, the sturdier that the bridge is, the more that you can get paid. And that's a fundamental understanding of it. But that isn't everything that's involved with actually having a business, because a business depends on having clients in the first place. So now all of a sudden, we need to develop a way to generate clients that we can actually sell to in the first place. And we're going to call these leads. And we're also going to act on the premise that there isn't such a thing as a good or a bad lead. There are purely leads that are in a market. And it's our job to position ourselves as the bridge. Because remember, the sturdier the bridge is and the more appealing that the bridge is, the better that we can get paid, because we're able to alleviate people's pain. So how do we actually generate the leads in the first place? If you're an advisor, more than likely a lot of your leads are going to be coming from word of mouth. Especially if you're someone who is currently struggling to grow, you're going to find that whenever you're just waiting on the phone to ring, you're constrained by that because it's unpredictable. So we need a way to actually generate leads in the first place. And this is me talking on an evergreen principle standpoint, by the way. You can go ahead and watch any of the other videos that I have on my channel if you're looking for solutions to that. But whenever we generated leads, we then need to find a way to actually get in touch with these leads as well. So you need a way to generate leads, a way to get in touch with these leads, a way to get them in for a call as well. Because ultimately we need to actually have a call to position ourselves as that right person and understand their specific situation and what they're looking help with. We need a way to get them to show for those calls. We need to get a way to convert them on those calls, so an actual sales process, and we need to have a way to fulfill for that client as well. So at a high level overview, way to generate leads, a way to get in touch with the leads, a way to get them booked in for a call, to get them to show for the call, to convert the call, and to fulfill for the client as well. And that's like the fundamentals of any service-based business, because it's more than likely that you're going to have a call involved with that. If you're not having a call, then that's completely baffling to me. But I'm working on the basis that obviously you need a call. generate leads, get in touch with the leads, get them booked in for a call, get them to show for the call, get them to convert on the call, and fulfill up order. But what you'll notice is that this is me talking at a fundamental level. And if you are struggling to grow, or if you're struggling with your current business at the minute, it's more than likely that if you're just operating off of word of mouth, that you don't have this stuff in place. The way that you actually generate your leads is, oh, well, I just do a good job for my mate, and my mate will obviously then go and refer me to other people, so then people come back into me. But there's no like predictable way. So let's say, for example, if you're looking to grow, for example, and you want to do 10 new cases a month, and you know that it costs you, let's call it 100 quid, for example, to get someone through that entire process, then you know that all you need to do is spend £1,000 on your marketing for the month to generate 10 new cases off the back of that. But also recognize that as a business owner, maybe that's going to take between 3 to 12 months for that actually to convert. But also just recognize that you can't necessarily just rely on predictable growth through people picking up the phone and ringing you. You need that system in place to be able to hit those targets that you're looking to hit. So if you're still reliant on the phone ringing, you're still reliant on people just coming to you without having a proper predictable system in place, it's more than likely that you're the biggest constraint within your own business. You probably don't want to hear this, but I'm going to say it because obviously it's probably what you need to hear. And you need to simply just get out of your own way. But the beauty is that because of the fact that this is fundamental, and these are evergreen principles, you can analyze competitors in not only your own industry, but in other industries as well. You can learn from people. You can see how people are generating their own leads. You can see how people are getting in touch with them. You can see how people are actually converting those calls. Obviously, when it comes to fulfillment, that's specific to your own industry, but you get the picture. So I hope that this has obviously provided a little bit of a different perspective. A short video today, I know, but there's really not all that much that I need to cover. If you are looking for specific advice on generating leads, getting them booked in, getting them to show, actually converting them as well, by all means, check out the rest of my other videos that I have. But this is just hopefully to open your eyes and share a different perspective on how you can be doing things. So I appreciate you tuning in for this one. I do wish you the best of luck. I hope that this has obviously spurred some form of motivation for you as well. And I appreciate you tuning in for the video. Look forward to seeing the next one as well. Take care.